The IB English curriculum has become outdated.
As anyone who's looked at the state of the world just a decade ago can tell you, you need to adapt to new technologies or else you'll be left behind. The PIxar Story is a documentary about Pixar's early days, and how they adapted to a changing landscape by embracing a new medium, and using their limitations and advantages as inspiration for what they could make. There are three people who built Pixar into what it is today: Steve Jobs, Ed Catmull, and John Lasseter. The three creators of Pixar represent three different aspects of Pixar. Ed Catmull represents the new advancements that became possible. John Lasseter represents the creativity that can be channeled through those advancements. And Steve Jobs represents the dedication needed to fund those advancements in creativity. The Pixar Story should be added to the IB curriculum so that students can learn from these three people and see how advancements in art enable people to be more creative. The creativity director, John Lasseter, represents something that needs to be utilized to its full extent. We see even that when he was young, John Lasseter had that creativity, but he couldn't use it to make anything as revolutionary as Toy Story at the time. He made good short films, but they were all based on something that had been explored before. This was until he learned about 3D animation and saw its potential.
Computer animation excited me so much. I'm not excited about what I was seeing, but the potential I saw. So I was just amazed.
John Lasseter represents the inspiration that can be derived from being introduced to a new medium. This is essential to teach to IB students because 3D animation is a field they may have to work in, and something they should be trained in. The advancement in technology also needs to be taken into account. The creative scientist Ed Catmull and his team were instrumental in the creation of 3D animation. They had to create a whole new medium to make art in. Catmull made advancements that made it so 3D animation could be more specific with its expression. His first animation was one of his own hand, where he made multiple big advancements like developing curved surfaces and eliminating jagged edges. Learning how he made these advancements will help future IB students learn how to improve themselves and the mediums they're in at the same time.
That the art challenges technology. Technology inspires the art.
If IB students learn this, they can be more creative and either challenge technology or be inspired by it. This is vital because it will help make the IB English curriculum more well-rounded and up-to-date. The surge in imagination and creativity students receive from watching the Pixar Story is important because they must also learn to use it in different applications. Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple, who was funding Pixar, knew they could make great art and technology, but he also knew how to leverage that to keep the company afloat. In this world, and now especially, it's important that future artists learn how to value their time and talents. The entrepreneurship Jobs displays is the most important to learn, because he shows that you can be creative with your talents and make money until you make a big break. After making Toy Story, he told a Disney representative,
Steve said, okay, we will extend it if we can be 50-50 partners. And they said, okay, we'll do that.
Before this, Pixar was just scraping by in debt and making ads to survive. But they still existed. This demonstrates to students the importance of valuing something properly. It tells them that if you see something has potential, stick with it, even if it seems hopeless at the time. Thus, I believe the Pixar Story should be added to the IB English curriculum because it will develop the curriculum in a way where students will be studying more recent methods of writing and creating art. It will also teach students new ways to utilize the tools they have, to improve the tools they have, and make a living in their field of study.